going to start with classics, reinvented and traditional. Now, these are still very hot, I mean, incredibly hot. We are British. The chefs are getting their inspiration because they're using more ingredients close to their restaurants. So whatever's in season, using local suppliers, you know, so for us on the dessert front, gooseberries, green gages, plums, rhubarb, blackberries at the moment, all the apples, you know, but not just apples, things like bramleys and pippins, great pears, etc., etc. Flash through some pictures there for me, Charles. So those things that are very, very British. This is a picture of, we did this at the Brit Awards for 3,000 people. This was a take on a rhubarb and custard. So it's a rhubarb and custard full, just custard, poached rhubarb cream, and then we had they had a Mohican theme at the Brits. So for them to use like really classical English ingredients at the right time of year, but to also make it fun. We're finding more and more of our customers are wanting that. Going on to the things like the Yorkshire rhubarb, very simple, very tasty, clean, effective, great desserts. Eccles cakes are still up there. Trifle, we're doing a new take on a trifle at the moment, which is just over here at the back. It's an inside-out trifle. So what we're doing is we're trying to reinvent, take something as simple as an English trifle, but make it look different. So we've made the sponge, we scoop out the sponge. This is actually filled with whatever. At the moment, we're filling it with rhubarb. The custard's inside, the cream's on top. We spray it in white chocolate and then finish it with sprinkles. So it doesn't even look like a trifle. So when you get presented it and it's on your menu, you think, oh, wow, that's something a little bit different, a little bit creative. So it's always thinking outside the box. I think the next picture was eclairs. Now, again, eclairs are always choux pastry, but we thought we had a client this year, wanted something a little bit different. So we said, okay, well, what if we take the shape of an eclair, but we actually make it into a sponge? So we've got sponge eclairs. So at the top, we've got like classic jam and strawberries. We do a chocolate one, a blackcurrant one. And I think this was a peach Melba one as well. So again, it's just a little bit different. So it's always trying to reinvent those things to keep people's interest in what we're so proud to be doing. This is, of course, little miniature cake. So we still have clients. We do these Buckingham Palace garden parties where we do 6,000 a day. If you want something really English, we've got coffee and walnut cake, lemon drizzle, cherry and walnut, and a ginger cake. But making the miniature, we find 90% of what we do is now miniature or individual portion because it's clean, it looks good, don't have to cut it, there's no mess afterwards. They look nice when they're laid out. So yeah, 90% of our work is small, miniature, or individual. So this is what we're doing for the trifle, but this is actually our take on our Victoria sandwich. This is where it started. So again, you've got the sponge, we've hollowed it out, the jam is inside, the cream's on top, and we've sprayed it. So that's how we're now presenting our Victoria sandwich. We're selling those into hotels, restaurants around London. This is our take on a sticky toffee pudding. So we've got a vanilla parfait underneath. The sticky toffee sponge is inside the parfait, a milk chocolate caramel mousse on top, and a marbled glaze. Marble glaze is right in there. It's on Bake Off, that's it. Everybody's glazing thick, everybody's shining. Everyone wants to do mirror glaze, and in vibrant colours. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So sticking on with the British afternoon tea is massive at the moment. It's always been big, but it's absolutely gigantic. We just recently went to San Francisco with Tom Kerridge and did a succession of dinners for British Airways and Chase Banks, completely afternoon tea around an English theme. So again, proud to be British, taking it abroad, all out there. The little cakes at the back, which I've also got some up here, that's another take on a sticky toffee pudding. Of course, you've got the fondant fancies, trifle, etc., buses. Battenberg, can't go wrong with a Battenberg. Again, it's not just yellow and pink anymore. It's every single colour that you can think of. I just saw one that had an actual flag inside. So when they cut it, it made up the British flag. So that is going to be here. The back burr is going to stay for, I predict, at least another couple of years. Pineapple upside down cake, still on chef's menu, still very British. Yeah, I think that's going to be around. This is something that we're doing for Burberry at Harrods at the moment. We're doing cookies in gold and silver and mince pies. But again, it's all miniature. It's small, it's boxed, it's pretty, it looks glamorous. So that glamorous theme, it's luxury, it's decadent. That's what people want at the moment. They don't want it just to look like a mince pie. They want to take it a whole lot further. They want to box it pretty. You've got 3 different flavors. We've got chocolate pastry filled with grapefruit, walnuts, and Armagnac going through the chocolate one with grapefruit on top. The white one there with a flower on is a white mincemeat with all golden fruits, golden raisins, and then we've got the classic one in between. The colour is really important, and we're still with that bright and bold, as many colours as possible. But for us, where we are, blue is the colour. It's just like everybody wants blue. It was a non-food item. You know, you have blue pastas. It's not what's considered to be edible colour. But we found we've been doing whole buffets which are purple and blue. And it seems a very dominant colour. And people are really liking that. But it's just some chocolates that we did. Again, very they were on a snow cap theme for a client. And this is the buffet that we did. So absolutely everything in purple and blue. Again, all miniature. So sticking with that theme, going through. The macaroons are always going to be here to stay. I reckon for, I don't know, maybe another 2 to 3 years, we're not going to get rid of the macaroon. At the moment, we're making macaroons for Wimbledon. And our team is making about 2,000 macaroons a day, green and yellow, for tennis balls. Not Wimbledon, the O2, the ATP tennis. Mirror glaze, so back to the mirror glaze. Big, bold, bright colours, shiny, in your face. It's just, everybody wants to have that on show at the moment. And I think, again, colours should reflect flavours. That's really important. But definitely out there, definitely our customers are requesting it. This is an article that featured in the Caterer recently from our company. This was a dessert that we did in the summer. Again now, this is actually strawberry and elderflower. So we're using all those, our clients are very much seasonal, local, locally sourced. It's a shortbread, strawberry jelly, meringue with crisp specks on it, elderflower mousse with a liquid raspberry centre. Again, hidden centres. That's something that's, been around a while, but it's coming back. So when you cut it open, there's an excitement inside. And then the bright glaze on top. It's very visual. People want a wow factor. They want the luxury. They want it to look decadent. Floral and garden is massive. Absolutely, it's our biggest request at the moment is for flowers, floral flavours, violets, rose, jasmine, but also for the visual, for the effect. Very pretty. We're doing a big event next year, again, a sports-based one, where everything is floral. It's in the summer, want it to look very, very, very visual. Choux pastry. So we had the eclairs. We're doing a vast amount of craquelin at the moment, which is the top there that you just saw, the kind of crusted top on top of the choux pastry, and decorated again on top of that. So it's almost like, yes, we're there, we want it decorated, but then we want more decoration. We want to be more elaborate, more detailed than anybody else. So that it's about building and stacking and visual looks on everything. Garden themes, again, the bees come in there. Use of edible flowers is really big. We actually probably going through around 40 boxes a day of edible flowers. And we have somebody, our fruit and veg man, anyone knows 3-Star Fruit and Veg, I'll just put a plug in for him, most amazing fruit and veg man, actually has his guy go out and pick them for us at night in certain colours. So if we say we want 4,000 purple ones, he'll go out and pick us 4,000 purple ones and box them up for the next day. So that really is a big, big theme for us at the moment. I know. Actually, he went and got wild strawberries last year when we had that event on for that elderflower dessert. He actually went out and picked the wild strawberries as well. That's good. Which is really good. Trifle. So this is reinventing the trifle. So again, it's just taking all the components. We had the inside out one. We thought we need to do something different. All the clients don't want to see the same things. They want something different. So we love your inside out trifle, but can we have a trifle that's not a trifle, but please try hard and give us something else? So we moved on from that, and this is our other adaptation of the trifle. Again, hugely floral, massively floral here again with lemon. This was a lemon verbena and lemon balm hazelnut dessert for one of our clients, looking very pretty. Chelsea Flower Show, again, is massive for us, a big production of using, this was actually a take on a bamboo garden. So we had a client that was doing a bamboo garden, so we made the chocolate, covered it in marzipan, burnt it so it looked like bamboo, and use of butterflies and flowers again. So the Mexican and donut trend is creeping up on us. So we have clients, the O2 being one, that has a Mexican tart on at the moment. If it's got dulce leche on, it sells. People are loving that combination of chili, chocolate, dulce leche, 3-milk cake. These are all things that are selling really, really well at the moment for us. American donuts. We've got a bit of a hybrid here. This is something else that our clients are loving, like the cronut. So we have cupcakes with donuts. We're doing a panalova, which is a panna cotta on the bottom and a pavlova, an individual pavlova on top. We're doing that for one of our Thai clients. This is a mini croquembouche there. So we've got cupcake croquembouches. That was actually from my book. So we haven't actually done that, thank goodness, for anybody, because that would be a lot of work for a couple of thousand people. Thanks to Dominic Ansell, I've got some samples there. We've just had our first order of the cookie shot glass. So this is a cookie that's moulded inside a shot glass and then filled with hot milk. So we just got our first order for 600 of those, and they're not very easy to make, so nobody really wants to make them. I guess he probably has a mould that he does them in, but...
Does he know you're making 600 of them?
What, Dominic Ansell? Yeah. Maybe I should give him a call, and he should make them for me. Yeah. Tea and coffee is really big. We're working with Nespresso at the moment, and this was for the Michelin Awards, just gone back. And it's not so much about desserts having tea and coffee in, although that is still very big and very popular, but it's things that harmonise with those teas and coffees. Now, Nespresso are bringing out 2 coffees that will only be available in 2 and 3-star Michelin restaurants worldwide. So that's 2 coffees, and they've got to supply all 2 and 3 Michelin star restaurants in the world with those 2 coffees. And they're only available in those places. So we came up with some things for them that they can harmonise with those coffees. So it's not necessarily them being coffee flavoured or tea flavours, although those flavour profiles are really big. It seems that they want more, the serious people at that level are wanting things that harmonise well and balance well when you're drinking their tea or coffee. Chocolate is really raw cocoa. So we've gone from that having 40 different types of Arona chocolate to being really specific. So raw chocolate, organic chocolate, bean to bar. These are the things that people are requesting now. So maybe the things like the dulce leche chocolate, the flavoured chocolate, those are dying down. And on the increase are those pure chocolates, the dark chocolates, the single plantations, the raw, the organic. They give very distinct flavours from the terroir and where they're from. So for us, if we get to work with those, it's a real treat because they're very special and obviously quite expensive. So for us to be able to make a dessert for someone around those is great. So we recently did a banquet at the QE2 for their 30th anniversary, and this is a take on a Black Forest Gâteau. So you've probably seen it before, but it was something they wanted. It's a chocolate sphere, the cherries, the chocolate, sponge cake, the cream, and everything else is inside. And then we poured hot chocolate sauce over the top. So again, it's back to that wow factor. It's like we want to do the 70s. We want to be retro, very, very in fashion, but we want to make it look special. We want a little bit of a different look about it. This is just really an example of a special chocolate dessert that we did at the French Laundry, actually. Our biggest area is allergens. This is the thing that we've increased the most by 40% in the last year. We have a lot of work that's come to us because we're a company that does allergens. We have a range that covers, one range that covers vegan, dairy, gluten-free, nut-free. That's it, I think. Is that everything? Gluten, nut, dairy, vegan. One range that covers the whole lot. So if you've got an event, a function, or you're a hotel and you say, I just want to take that range, then that's something that we do. I think there's another picture there, Charles, where there's an example of, that's our Christmas vegan range from last year. I've got some up here, actually, on this tray here. And you see, it's quite hard to make them taste good, but also to make them look good and to make them look very similar to your other range. So we try to make sure that they look as good as the normal range so that people are not missing out. So if you put something down next to someone who has an allergen, then they feel like they're getting the same level of expertise in et cetera. We've already discussed the bright, the bold, the miniature. This is an afternoon tea. Choux pastries. Again, just really bright, bold colours, small, individual portions. Meringues are still huge, massive, but they've gone up a level. So if you go back to here, it's like, yes, we want a meringue, but we want it decorated. So meringue snowmen, we've got some Christmas trees up here. We're doing a Santa's hat this year. So it's like saying, yes, we still want a meringue, but we want more than meringue. A, we want it flavoured, and B, we want it to look, like novel with a twist, just not looking, piped. Ice cream. Okay, this is from the black, bar. Is it black bar? What's it called? It's in New York. It'll come to me any minute now. They have started this milkshake craze. It's absolutely, totally crazy, and it is sweeping New York. And I've just recently been in San Francisco. It's sweeping San Francisco, and it's going to be here very soon. And it's about gluttony. It's totally over the top, in your face. How much can I stick on there till it's falling over? And it's about stacking as well. Just having recently been in San Francisco, everything's stacked. So donuts are stacked, ice cream, cookies. Again, hybrid, lots of things piled on top of each other. Savoury food on sweet food. Ice cream sandwiches, Oreo sandwiches. This is a gooseberry Arctic roll. Arctic roll with the ice cream inside. Vegetables and savoury, really, really on trend at the moment, only not by me. I'm a dessert chef. I feel like after I've had my main course, I don't really want to extend it with more savoury food. It's a chef thing. All your chefs, you're two chefs, aren't you? You're sitting there going, yeah, I do that. Bet you do. It's a complete chef thing to put hay, but we're being asked for it, so we have to do it, So we've been doing some beetroot desserts this year. Fennel, we've had quite a few desserts with fennel in them. Seems very popular among the chefs. This is a deconstructed pumpkin dessert. for the autumn time. So they are there, and they are very, very, very popular, especially among the chefs. Drinks, gin is massive. Gin is massive. Gin's going to be here to stay. So we're doing gin cakes, gin cupcakes, gin desserts, gin jellies, gin and tonic, petit fours. Also on top of that, the bourbons and the whiskies, they're very big at the moment as well. Oh, so here's my top tip for 2017 is angel cake. So we've seen every single cake in the world, haven't we? But who's doing angel cake? No one's doing angel cake. And I just think that angel cake is really easy to make. It's bright, it's bold, it's colourful. I've made a big green one up here, which is mint and chocolate. And the thing is, it's egg white, essentially, so you can colour it. So it's the same, it's along the same themes as the macaroon. So, you know, you have them lined up, small ones, big ones. It's very visual. You know, it looks good. Not too many calories, right? Because it's egg white and sugar. Let's not forget that. Almost as much sugar as egg white. But that's what I'm predicting for 2017.
We're running out of time. In 60 seconds, is there anything on that table that you want to highlight that you haven't already touched on?
I think the lollipops, the mousse lollipops.
Hold them up and hold up.
Yeah. So this is something, we're going to be doing 7,000 a day over 2 weeks in the summer. They were chosen because they're different and nobody else is doing them. So easy to pick up, great, small, individual. Peanut butter, that's something, getting a lot of requests for things with peanut butter in at the moment. Yeah.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Claire Clarke, thank you very much indeed.